Capricorn, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-July 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as usual and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's going on for the lovely Capricorns out there. I hope you're all doing fabulous, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guides, talk to me. What's up? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But here we go. Let's rock and see what's up for mid-July in the Capricorn Collective, please. Let's get this first card going real quick. There it is. Thank you. Oh, we got our good friend Ariel, the Little Mermaid. This card always reminds me of Ariel. So there's a lot of little sub-notes that we could see here when this card shows up. A lot of little themes and archetypes. Could be very imaginative. You could have your eyes on the future. There's a lot of things that tie in with this card, as well as aesthetics and beauty. But before we really dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the July subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more about our Little Mermaid friend. When I see this card, obviously we see this beautiful imagery, that beautiful seascape, all the flora and fauna of the sea. This mermaid has its head above water. So there's a whimsical little feeling to this card as well. So maybe some of you are leaning into a more whimsy type of mood and vibe. You could just have a very active imagination in this time. Notice her head is literally in the clouds. But just like the Little Mermaid, when I see this card, I think of somebody who's thinking of where they'd want to be. Not where they currently are, but where they want to go. Their goals, their dreams, their aspirations. So a lot of you could be very much future focused in this time, whether you're planning, trying to make a 1-year plan, 2-year, 5-year plan, whatever it might be. Like looking into the future could be very good for some Capricorns here. But with the mental action, the mental energy, Spirit might be asking you to release that creatively, especially if you're doing a lot of daydreaming and overthinking. So we're just going to put her down right here. She is one of my favorite oracle cards. And as I always say, the first card doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. We're going to get you into tarot now. Pardon me. So let's shuffle it up one time. We'll get you 3 in the upright before we get the intuitive juiciness going. Shuffle it up one time for Capricorn, please, and thank you. And while we get these cards ready, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled A Big Problem. Oh no, we don't like to hear that in readings. But a lot of times problem resolution comes with the territory when we're doing tarot, right? But I'm hoping if you did have problems rising up and cropping up, it hasn't been too serious on you. But there was a bit of a conflicted energy in last week's reading for a lot of Capricorns, that things could be popping up. Okay, I mean, that's part of life, right? We're going to hope for a better outcome this week, though. Let's get you 3 cards in the upright. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone you're linked to. So let's get these 3 cards out here for Capricorn. Start us off nice. Guides and Spirit team. Yeah, deck is being a little particular now. Okay, we got the Page of Cups. So this could be a big card of communication, very watery, just like Ariel in the beginning. That little whimsical nature of that Page of Cups as that train goes by. That was interesting. Let's get you 2 more. What do we got here for Capricorn, please? Thank you. All right, determined. And yeah, a bit of this conflicted energy we were seeing last week showing up once again, but this isn't necessarily a tough card. I like the 7 of Wands. It's a card that shows up for me often in my personal readings. Let's get you 1 more, and we'll really start to break this down. What do we got for Capricorn here? Could be very determined to see something through, get something going. Now we have a card that represents you right here on the back end. We got our good friend, the Knight of Pentacles, chilling right here. This is a card of progress. There's a lot of interesting things happening here, Capricorn. I feel like this is a nuanced reading this week. So let's go through. I'll give you the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that intuitive stuff. So as we look down at first glance, of course, I notice we have 2 court cards in the mix. They could represent people. A lot of different themes. We have different suits. We have water, we have fire, we have earth. So this could be separate areas of life. This could all be one thing, but different aspects. When I see wands and pentacles together, to me, that's more of the outer world, but there's something going on in the inside as well. But let's go through one by one. Position number 1, we have the Page of Cups, one of my favorite cards. That's a card that could represent any water sign. So we're thinking Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Currently at the time of this filming, we're in Cancer season, so there might be tie-ins there. But as I say with every page, They're students and they're messengers. So this could be representing a new venture or something new you're wanting to dive into, learning new information. But this one, out of all the other pages, is very communicative. This one is all about talking, all about spilling their feelings, emotional offers, and love. In regards to love, this is someone letting you know how they feel. Sometimes it could even represent a crush of some sort. But I really like the Page of Cups because to me it's more about opening up and having a good dialogue or some sort of conversation. So we'll see what that's about as we press further. Now, moving to the center, we got the Seven of Wands. This card can be a bit of a coin flip depending on what you're going through. You see the imagery there? It's that person standing up on a wall, fighting people off with a stick. So some of the challenges of this card, it can be combative. Sometimes it could speak of conflict. You might feel cornered. You might feel trapped. This could be someone with cabin fever, like feeling a little bogged down or cornered in some sort of way. This is one of the cards that could represent feeling imprisoned, whether imprisoned within oneself or in a situation. But the good things about this card, if it does represent those sort of tests or conflicts or hurdles that we need to jump, this is a big card of determination. Like me against the world, I got this. It doesn't matter what shows up in my way. I'm going to keep moving. I'm going to keep trucking. So that's good, especially if you're in a time and place where you're dealing with issues and situations that could be represented here. It's not going to give up. This is a card that's going to keep pushing and it's going to overcome those hurdles. So very, very nice. Now, as we move to the back end here, we have another intriguing card here. Let me get these cards all fixed up. I don't want to knock them around too much. It's hard to keep them straight. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. Like I said, this could represent any earth sign. So in my style of reading, it could represent you, Capricorn, also Taurus or Virgo. Out of all the knights, I would say this, knights can also be communicators and talkers, messengers. But to me, they're generally more about forward progress and forward momentum. This one is very, very slow. Slow, steady, monotonous. So there might be something that's either ground to a halt or just moving at a snail's pace. There could be something that's ingrained that you've been dealing with for a long time as well, if this isn't representing a person. Of course, when it comes to pentacles, we think of those money matters, the earthly, the monetary, the work, the family, like all the earthly material things. But this is moving a bit slow. I really want to get to the clarifier here because once again, this could be a cornerstone. It could represent you, but it could also represent the speed at which something's moving. So interesting stuff we got going on here, Capricorn. We're going to place this knight down right here, see what this progress could be about. I want to dive deeper on all this action. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here and reset this deck. See what's going on for my Cappies, please. And yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot because, as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. What's going on that page? Been a lot of communication throughout the zodiac this week. Oh, yes, and if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Capricorn, you could drop it in the box. I don't mind. Or in the comment box. Let's get in on that page. Yeah, and like I was saying, there's been big communication undertones with a lot of the zodiac this week. Lots of pages, lots of talking. Eight of Pentacles. Okay, this could be someone who's a little dissatisfied or a little upset. Okay, we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. To me, this could be issues or miscommunications, especially in the workplace or in regards to money. So watch your money and stuff like that. This could also be someone's like, all right, why am I even going to bother talking? It's like talking to a brick wall. What's the point of even talking about this? That's just what I'm feeling intuitively here. So there might be a situation or an issue that you're dealing with where you feel like verbalizing it or talking about it. It's not going to solve anything here. Okay, I really want to get to this. The Seven of Wands because I feel like we're going to get more clarification on what issues you could be possibly encountering. But I am getting this vibe, like this Eight of Pentacles in reverse. To me, it's someone who is not content. They're not too happy. When you combine it with the talk, there might be someone, might even be you, where you tell someone like, listen, this isn't going to work. I'm not happy right now. If you're upset or feeling dissatisfied, you might voice that opinion. Or someone might voice it to you, okay? Whether it is about work or other things. So we're just going to place this Eight of Pentacles down right here. Very interesting. I don't feel like this is like a blow up, knock down, drag out sort of fight, but I feel like it is someone who's saying like, I'm not really happy with how this is going, or they just feel like talking is not worth it. Okay, like there's no point. Okay, let's move over to the Seven of Wands. Take that for what it's worth, my friends. For a very small portion of you, this could be someone younger than you that has a really bad work ethic, or a water sign that's a bit lazy. That came out of nowhere. Just take it if it hits. But it could be someone who has like a really bad work ethic, a little immature. Let's go in on that Seven of Wands, though. Why is that Seven of Wands here? If not someone younger, it's someone who acts younger, that's for sure. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Let's get it going. We got the, yeah. I mean, this is not an energy that's messing around. We got the Four of Swords in reverse underneath this Seven of Wands. It's like, okay, let's do this then. All right, you want to do it? You want this to happen? Let's go. The Four of Swords to me is usually a card of stopped, calm, rested, relaxed. We have fire and air here, so this explosive energy is showing up once again. I always like to look at how the elements play with each other. Like in the beginning, we have earth and water, usually very good. Like that's bountiful energy. But with the fire, air, that could be volatile. Now, either that is someone gaining a burst of energy where it's like, all right, I'm not just going to sit back and take it. I'm going to keep pushing forward. Or once again, this could be the problems, the issues, the situations like really coming up to fever pitch. So watch out. That's been in the vibe for a couple of weeks now. I don't feel you backing down. Like if someone's going to try to like pick a fight with you or try to push an issue or a situation with you, I don't think you're going to back down, and it could get a little out of hand. So watch out for that, especially if someone's in their feelings or a little upset. Now would be, I don't think now is the right time to really like talk peace. Okay, if that makes sense. That's just the vibe I'm picking up here, Capricorn. And I know Capricorns are generally very level-headed individuals. In my personal experience, I could talk with a Capricorn about anything at any time. Like they're very intellectual like that, but it's feeling a little different here. Okay, there might be someone where you're just not really trying to hear it, or like discussing something might not be the best. Okay, especially if someone's in their feelings. Let's keep moving. I don't want to get bogged down here, but like I said, it's explosive energy, and it could make a situation a little more out of control. It is like, let's go. All right, you want to go? Let's go. Let's see what's up with that Knight of Pentacles. Definitely not an energy of peace and backing down. I'll say that. For a portion of you, like, yeah, if there's something you've been working towards or on, like, this could be you, like, finding a renewed sense of drive and motivation. So that could be good. Let's see why that Knight of Pentacles is here. Very interesting. I feel like every alignment has, like, double, triple meanings here. So only take what hits. Thank you. Beautiful. Okay, yeah, it might be taking longer than you want. Okay, like whatever it is your goal is, whatever it is that makes you happy. The pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, the wish fulfillment. We have the star in the upright underneath this Knight of Pentacles, right? And if any sign is pragmatic enough to realize that things take work, dedication, and like slow and steady momentum, it is Capricorn, right? For a portion of you, maybe you're having a sticky situation with an Aquarius. Maybe you're on the cusp of that. But when I see the star, I think of the future, and we saw it in the very beginning with our friend Ariel. It's interesting that we have cards that are really linking to the future, long-term goals. Like, even though this is a reading for this coming week, there's something important about your long-term goals and efforts. It might just take a little bit of time. So a lot of you, once again, that future focus, that future mind state, not getting bogged down in this, that, and the other thing, sure. But you might need to just really adjust your expectations about something. I feel like some of you need to hear that. Okay, like something, it might take a little more work than you think. Okay, it might take a little more effort than you think. Doesn't mean it's not attainable. Whatever this wish fulfillment is, whether it is relationships, whether it's monetary, work, retiring, whatever it is to you, it's a slow build. That's just the vibe I'm picking up here. And a lot of you might need to adjust expectations. So let's go through and do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow card. Interesting, lots of different things popping up. But if you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we have the Page of Cups with the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Like I said, this is someone who, it's two main things to me. Either they feel like talking about it is not worth it. It's like talking to a wall. We're not going to resolve anything. Or this could be someone that's a little bit dissatisfied. I was also getting notes of somebody that's a little immature and has bad work ethic. Moving to the center, we have the 7 of Wands with the 4 of Swords in reverse. Like, yeah, this was that explosive energy kicking in here. Not backing down. For a lot of you, this could be a renewed sense of motivation and vigor to keep moving forward, right? Let's tackle it. Let's do it. Let's seize the day. However, if someone's going to try to test you or if you're going through like difficult situations or problems, issues, whatever it might be, this energy could exasperate it. It could really make it a little more uncontrollable. So watch out for that. Moving to the back end, we have the Knight of Pentacles with the Star, all about the long-term goals and focus, like we saw with Ariel in the beginning. Some of you might need to temper your expectations or readjust them. Spirit could be asking you to look further down the line instead of like what's happening right now. Look to the future, because whatever this is showing up on the back end is absolutely attainable. So please take a screenshot. We're going to get you a shadow card real quick. Interesting reading this week, Capricorn. I was liking the vibe though overall. Even though we had some things popping up, it is what it is, right? That's life. Let's get one card here for Capricorn. What's in the shadows for my friends? And you know me, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end. I feel like it's very introspective and nice. So whether it's something within yourself or something you don't quite see. Okay, what's in the shadows? Always good to do a little shadow work. Okay, we have the Nine of Wands. To me, it's either one or the other, especially since we're looking at the shadow side of this card. This could be someone who's a little too protective or a little too suspicious, or this could be Spirit asking you to like keep your wits about you. It's one or the other, and I know those kind of conflict with each other, but you know which one resonates with you the most. For a portion of you, this might be an individual you're connected to that's way too set in their ways or very stubborn. So Spirit could be highlighting a person that is extremely stubborn, but I feel like for a lot of you, you might need to let the blessings in. Okay, like don't be super skeptical, but be safe, right? There's nothing wrong with being protective, especially if you've been hurt before. But for some reason, those archetypes are showing up here in the shadows. But yeah, Capricorn, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the July subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the June subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced in my community tab after this week's fire and air signs readings. But for July, I'll be giving away 2 copies of the Everyday Witches Tarot. Once again, one of my favorite decks and one of the first ones I ever gave away on this channel. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the tarot suits, which one has your favorite art style? Is it the swords, wands, pentacles, cups, even the major arcana? You'll be entered to win. And at the end of July, I'll put the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.